Confirmation bias. It's a theory that tells us people tend to favor information that confirms their existing beliefs or hypotheses. Here's an example of confirmation bias in action. Let's say a news segment about the benefits of Cabernet on heart health crosses your Facebook newsfeed. You're more likely to listen up, maybe give it a like, if you already like to drink red wine. And, like red wine, confirmation bias is a guilty habit that's reinforced by dopamine. In a book titled Denying to the Grave, Why We Ignore the Facts That Will Save Us, psychiatrist Jack Gorman and public health specialist Sarah Gorman provide evidence that humans receive a rush of dopamine, aka the reward chemical, when they process information that reinforces their established beliefs. Understanding confirmation bias can help you become a better social media user. A potential benefit of social media is increased access to information and a more democratized marketplace of ideas. However, when confirmation bias remains unchecked, both by individuals and the algorithms that dictate the content we consume, social media serves to misinform and further polarize its users. With 1 in 5 U.S. adults using social media as their primary source for political news, confirmation bias is sure to impact the 2020 U.S. presidential election in a meaningful way. Right now, confirmation bias is reinforcing flawed beliefs and amplifying the spread of misinformation. The resulting opinions will be taken straight to the polls on November 3rd. Confirmation bias is guilty of further polarizing an already divided nation. As conservative Peter Wehner puts it, our political culture is sick and getting sicker, and confirmation bias is now a leading toxin. Now, we're all guilty of confirmation bias. According to the Gormans, it's actually a part of the way the human brain naturally works. Quick access to news is generally beneficial. However, the digital revolution has presented new challenges in the way we gather and process information. One of these hurdles is information overload, which is a big reason we resort to confirmation bias. There's simply too much information available to process. However, sticking to our guns can have detrimental effects, including the dismissal of facts that challenge our beliefs, the creation of echo chambers, the proliferation of fake news, and decreased perceptions of media credibility. While it's not your fault that you've been led astray by confirmation bias, it is your responsibility to fix it. If you rely on social media platforms for your political news, it's even more important that you fix it quickly. Why? Let's consider just a few scenarios in which confirmation bias has caused U.S. voters harm lately. 2011. Donald Trump shares a theory that then President Barack Obama was not a natural-born U.S. citizen, a theory that was covered by major media outlets at the time and circulates to this day on social media platforms despite being entirely false. October 2016. A right-wing conspiracy theory dubbed Pizzagate gains viral traction, bringing the QAnon conspiracy theory community to the mainstream. November 2016. Despite a New York Times poll giving Clinton an 85% chance of victory, Donald Trump is elected president. Data analysts cite confirmation bias as a reason that the polls were so drastically misleading. January 2019. A study is released finding that roughly 12% of election-related links on Twitter are accompanied by fake and extremely biased news. May 2020. The film Plandemic is released, stating that the COVID-19 pandemic is a hoax being perpetuated by top health experts to turn a profit. These theories are driven by emotion rather than fact, and they spread like wildfire on social media, impacting society's views on political systems and the candidates within them. And in November 2020, it will be no different. So, how can we counteract confirmation bias in ourselves and our digital communities today? One, favor logic over emotion when processing new information. 2, challenge yourself and others to consider various ways in which their hypotheses could be wrong. 3, encourage others to be consciously aware of their innate confirmation bias.